on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tristan Tanner, Team Latitude 64 and Team Moss. Today I'm out here at Edora Park in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite practice routines. It helps with mental game and consistency, and that is throwing a worst of two round. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be throwing 2 shots off of every single lie, and my score doesn't count until both discs are in the basket. So no matter where I am on the green, if it's 15 feet or 50 feet, I have to make both of them for my hole to be done. So we'll probably just be playing the front 9 of this, and this will probably end up being more of a series. I'll probably do a couple other things that I like doing in the off season, or I like doing in between tournaments, to kind of give you guys a view of how I like to practice. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, hole 1, it's a par 4. It's basically down past all those pine trees at the top of the hill. I'm basically just going to be throwing 2 huge distance shots with Ballista Pros. Just trying to get them as far and probably down the hill to the right side as I can, to give me just an open approach up to the green. A little bit right, kind of turned over a little more than I wanted. This one's a little bit more stable, so hopefully I'll get a little bit more finish left. That one's perfect. Might even have a jump putt at that one. All right, guys, I'm playing my first one. Just finished at the bottom of the hill. I just have probably about 120 feet up the hill. Might try to give it a floaty run to throw it in. I'm throwing it pure. That was close. One more try. Opto X Chameleon Pure. Got away from me a little bit. So my first pure landed right by the basket. My second one is behind this tree, so I gotta go putt that one. Yes, birdie. Alright, guys, this hole is basically just a forehand hole. It's probably about 350. I don't know the exact distance, but you can see it down behind that tree, pine tree. So I'm going to be throwing 2 just hyzer forehands with my 2 Opto Ballista Pros, these 2 guys. A little early, right behind the tree. Try to put this one a little bit wider. That one just barely stayed in. Very good. This is where my first one ended up. My second one just barely stayed in, but that second one I have a look at the basket. So I've got to go from this first one. Not really a look. I might try to put like a forehand anhyzer around this tree, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go forehand anhyzer. I have 1 Opto Pure and a hard harp. We'll see if I can put one in. one that hit the tree came up farther away, still like 20 feet. Got to make 2 for my par. Alright guys, hole 3 is a par 3 down just past the tree lines by the sidewalk over there. Probably about 360, 350, something around the same range as hole 2. This one I'm going to throw 2 gatekeepers, both on backhand turnovers, basically just to keep it away from the sidewalk. Maybe leave them a little bit left and give myself a putt. Slipped right out of my hand. Try to put this one close and we'll play that one. Marked that one, but gotta play the other one. Just kind of pinched up behind this tree. Probably gonna be like anti-step putting both of these. We'll try to make one, but I mean, if we make both, that'd be pretty cool. So close. Oh, barely off the rim. That's okay. Drop in birdie. Or par. Alright guys, hole 4, it's way up at the top of the hill. It's almost impossible to go long. It's a pretty hard par 3. I'm gonna throw my Ballista Pros at it, see if I can get a look. It's basically just a little bit of a force over or flat shot that just drifts a little bit right and skips forward at the end. For a putt. Let's see if we can do the same thing with this one. Dang it. Let's put that one low. Alright, this is where my shot ended up. Kind of have a straight shot. Needs to finish left. This stuff's kind of in my headroom, so I'm going to throw a standstill. I'm throwing 2 gatekeepers, throwing these over the pier just so it gets a little bit more finish at the end. See how it goes. That was really lucky. Gotta make a putt. This is where my first drive ended up, right here. But I'm playing worsted 2, so my second gatekeeper ended up a little bit long. Let's make some putts. All right, hole 5. We're just going to that basket right down at the bottom of the hill. I'm going to be taking this more left gap with a forehand. I've got a Proto Pioneer and a Lucid X Felon. 3 that you have to miss. All right, I've got 2 jump putts. That one was bad, but just 15 feet. All right, on this walk to the next hole, I just kind of wanted to talk about why I like to do this drill. It's mostly just because I think it's the best way to mimic actual tournament round, where there's a lot of pressure on every single shot, and that it doesn't matter how good or bad your last shot was, that you need to try to throw a really good shot on this next one, or at least execute a really good shot on this next one. And that's what I really like about it. Pressure on the tee shots, pressure on the up shots, and pressure on the green, along with throwing shots that you might not normally throw when you're maybe out playing a casual round, or even out playing a scoring round, just because we're throwing double the shots that we would on a scoring round. So that's what I really like about it. Let's get into hole 6. All right, so hole 6. This is normally a short little forehand hole, but I'm gonna actually play to the second basket, which used to be an old hole here. But I'm gonna play to the second basket, just kind of combining the 2 little short holes. And so it's gonna play as a par 4, probably right around like 560, 550, something around that range. But I think I'm gonna throw a roller with a Ballista Pro, and I'm either gonna throw air shot or another roller. I haven't quite decided yet. Alright, so my first roller is right there in the tree. Basket, you can see it is under those pine trees. Might have a straddle out forehand actually. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. This is going to be a hard shot though. I'm going to be throwing a chop over forehand with the Pioneer and the Lucid X Felon. Both of those were pretty good. Let's see what kind of putt I got. All right, this ground is pretty sticky, so this is the putt I'm looking at. Might be able to straddle out to the right. We're on a knee. level 7. Basket's right there, just kind of past those trees in front of the road. There's a sidewalk that's about 5 feet behind the basket. So I'm gonna throw a forehand with my Pioneer Lucid X Felon again. We're gonna have to check up on them just a little bit to make sure we don't go be long. Same shot, maybe 20 feet left. Stupid little branch. All right, this is about 280-foot hole. I'm gonna be throwing a forehand out around this left side. I'm gonna go for a little bit lower of a line, not quite spiky. Throwing a BT Hard Harp and a Fusion Justice. First one was so high. Alright guys, hole 9, the last hole for my worst of 2 challenge. Not really a challenge, more of just a practice routine that I like to do. But this is a 390-foot par 3. We're kind of going straight. The 2 middle pine trees down there. The basket is through that gap and then to the right. I'm going to be throwing a Special Edition Explorer and a Lucid X Maverick. Trying to get them to hold as straight as we can. Hopefully just hit the gap and leave ourselves a putt. Snuck out a little left, might still have a look. See if we can get some turn to this one. That one looks pretty good. It's a little low, maybe a little bit short. Probably going to be playing from the X. This is where my first one, or my second one ended up, the Lucid X Maverick. My Explorer is down the hill that way. We're probably gonna have like 80 feet for birdie. All right, we got a jump putt, a little farther than I thought we were. Scooted down the hill. There's a parking lot along the left, so I'm gonna kind of have to give this some ante, kind of float it in there, not a super aggressive run. Alright guys, thanks for watching the 2-disc worst shot challenge. Not challenge, why do I keep saying challenge? Practice. I think I shot even, which is pretty good. It's really hard to shoot under par when you're playing from the worst disc, especially just when you have some tricky lies and stuff like that. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna try to keep this in a series throughout the winter, just to show you guys how I'm practicing. I'll show you my putting practice routine, some other things I like to do on the course. So stay tuned for that. Definitely like and subscribe. Let me know how you guys like to practice, what little tips and tricks you guys feel are helpful for you down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.